Conference USA basketball tip-off show rolls on, and our next stop, Lynchburg, Virginia. Just so happens to be the home of the reigning champs on the women's side, Liberty Lady Flames. What a season it was for them a year ago. 26 wins. They win the regular season and the tournament title, but they also graduate some key members, some Liberty legends. Bella Smuda moves on. Emma Hess moves on. Jordan Hodges move on. Some other losses due to the transfer portal. Oh yeah, that may not be the biggest change. That comes at the head coaching spot. The legend Kerry Green retires, and on August 28th, Alexis Sherrard was hired. He will take over the program, and we welcome in Coach Sherrard along with sophomore guard, preseason all-conference guard Avery Mills. Coach, thanks for making time for us. Congrats on the new job. I want to know, like, other than getting to be on this show, what's been the biggest difference in the lead up to the season, being the head guy now leading the program?
Well, first of all, thanks for having me. It's an honor to be here. I think I'm just overly excited. I mean, I've been telling people every day is Christmas for me, but obviously there's a big job at hand. I don't take it lightly. I have a great group of young ladies who are ready and eager to play, and I'm looking forward to the challenge.
Coach, you have a great young lady sitting next to you who had a phenomenal freshman year. She's already picked as one of the best preseason players in this year. How do you see her role changing?
Well, I don't know if her role will change. I mean, Avery's personality, she has a very strong personality. She's very positive. She's been a leader on the floor, a vocal leader on the floor, even in her minimal minutes last year. Now this role will just be expanded, obviously on a bigger stage. But as far as her leadership skills, her ability to score the basketball, her ability to play defense on the other side of the ball, none of that's going to change. Obviously, it'll just be a lot more time with regards to minutes.
Avery, last season you got a taste of the NCAA tournament. You guys nearly knock off Kentucky. How much can a game like that, an experience like that, help you? How much of a motivator has it been for you leading up to this year?
Yeah, it was a huge motivator. Honestly, I don't think I've gone a day without thinking about that game. Just, you know, the 1-point loss, just kind of heartbreaking, but it's been a huge motivator, and definitely it prepared me a lot just for this year. You know, it was just a little glimpse of what this year would look like, so yeah, I'm really excited.
And Avery, as a team that lost all 5 starters from that championship team, how have you adopted that role to help the newcomers understand what it means to prepare for that kind of level, or to have that team chemistry that I'm sure you guys are still trying to build?
Yeah, well, the leadership we had last year was great. Amazing women just to look up to. So definitely taken a lot from them and just their leadership, how they led me, how they led us last year. And our team culture has just been amazing, honestly. The things we do together, our communication with one another. So it's honestly been pretty easy just to step into that role. We're really just all sisters on the court and off the court at the end of the day. So it's been pretty easy, and I'm loving it.
Avery, Coach Sherrard told us that you have a very specific Starbucks drink you order multiple times a day. What is that drink? Can you enlighten the rest of us what we need to be drinking?
Wow. It's definitely not multiple times a day.
Okay. All right, his words, not mine.
Yeah, I figured. It's not even every, well.
You don't have to apologize for this.
No,
you don't have to apologize.
We're looking for NIL.
Yeah.
Associations here.
Yeah. So the specific order, it's a strawberry acai lemonade with, I add peach juice to it. It's incredible.
Okay, we'll have to check that out. I appreciate you sharing that with us. Now we know. Coach, last question for me. You do have a lot of youngsters on this team. I think it's 6 either true or redshirt freshmen in the program. Is there another Avery Mills? Is there another player that can have that type of impact? Or who of those youngsters do you feel like can make the impact the quickest?
Well, I think there's going to be an impact collectively. As you said, we have a lot of newcomers, a lot of young energy, excitement, eagerness to play. But we just got to make sure all that young energy is going in the right direction. Sometimes we can be going to the left, or we need to be going to the right. Yeah. But the energy and excitement and willingness to learn and listen is there. So that's half the battle.
Well, Coach, we are excited to see what this season holds for you guys. Appreciate you making time for us. Best of luck this season.
Thank you, Matt. Thanks,
Thank
Kelly.
you.
Yeah. So, Kelly, as you take a look at this Liberty team, what a season it was a year ago. We talk about all the newness. Let's start with Coach Gerard. He's been, one seat over. Yeah. It's what do they say? It's a 6-inch move, moving seats, but there's a lot of responsibility that comes with it. How does it change what this program can be this season with a new head coach?
I think he has been primed and ready for this position. He's been under Kerry Green for 18 years,
yeah.
and Kerry Green is one of the best in the business, and so I think he's been waiting for this opportunity, and he's going to look different. I think we have to take off the expectation that he is Kerry Green.
Right.
I think this team is going to be faster. I think they're going to get the ball up and down the floor quicker. I think there's going to be a higher tempo, but he's a relationship builder. He's done a great job of bringing players into this university and building those relationships. I mean, he's a big part of the recruiting tool that they have here. So I know that his now that head coaching position is going to be just a very easy and flawless, I think, transition for him.
We talk about what they lose, and they lost some studs from a season ago. What do they either bring back or what do they add that you think could be big for them this year?
I'm actually really excited. I'm going to talk post player, but Ife Nwabi is a player that redshirted last year on a team that actually had some great post players. Yeah. She did take that redshirt year. And, we got to talk to Coach early, and he says she could be one of the best freshmen in this conference. Wow. She's got a great body, great skill set inside. She has put on some muscle and just worked on her conditioning. I think she's going to be excellent. You also have Jaquila Thomas, who's one of those, transfers that, we're going to be new to this conference, but coming from Boston College, so played in the ACC. So she's played against some of the best players in the country at that point guard position, which I think when you're looking at the portal, to get experience, especially in that point guard position when you've lost your point guard from last year, I think was essential. And I credit Coach Gerard for going to that portal to find somebody with experience. And I think she is going to be an immediate difference maker for this team.
And it'd be a shame if we went with this whole segment without mentioning Emmy Stout's name.
Right.
Along with Avery Mills, huge freshman season. She's going to be critical for Liberty moving into this year as well. Awesome. Well, let's make the turn now to the Liberty men. Listen, the women weren't the only ones to win a title this past year. The Liberty men also won the regular season and the conference tournament, moved on to the NCAA tournament as well. As you take a look at their resume from a season ago, 28 wins under Richie McKay. What a job he's done with this program. They end up losing Talon Peter. He got drafted by the Indiana Pacers. He was the 6th man of the year in this league. Javon Moffmer also graduating. And then one big portal loss, Owen Aquino, ends up moving on as he goes to High Point. But we'll see what this Flame squad has. Some big non-conference games, the Field of 68 event right here in Lynchburg. A home game, a couple games for the Flames as well as Charleston comes to town. They'll also head to NC State. So some big games on the docket for the Flames. And preseason picked first in this league, they have high expectations once again. All right, pleased to be joined now by Liberty head coach Richie McKay, preseason all-conference guard Colin Porter. Coach, thanks for making time for us, first of all. You're kind of the envy of the league in a lot of ways with all the production that you guys bring back. I know you've added from outside the program as well, but you got a couple of guys that were injured last year that were in your program that are returning. Tell me about those guys. How impactful can they be for you this season?
Yeah, well, thank you, Matt. Naz, it's great to see you guys again. Seeing you means that we're about to tip off another season, so can't wait for that. Yeah, the aforementioned returners, Porter Matheny and Zach Cleveland, obviously give you, as a coach, a lot of comfort and excitement. And you guys got a chance to see Isaiah Enan, a little bit of a glimpse of him in the first third of the year. And Isaiah's return to play is one that we think will get him back in the non-conference season, so we're excited about that. And then Josh Smith, he's had a really good summer and a really good fall. So those two, although they're not quote-unquote the returning starters that I mentioned earlier, those two will have a significant impact on our team and its growth.
Yeah, Coach, just to continue that thought a little more, aside from the big three, there we call them that, but maybe some of the new guys that you brought in. You lost a few key components off of that championship team. Who are some of the new guys that you brought in? How are they emerging in the preseason?
Yeah, we signed a really good freshman class. This is Xander Carter, who was teammates with Colin way back in the day at Ashland Blazer. TJ Drain, a young man from Florida, Windermere High School. He's been really impressive. Drew Grimes, who's from the Raleigh area, and then Tor Sorensen. So all those guys, I think, will have a chance to get on the court. And then our transfers, RJ Jr. From Virginia Tech, he's a really good player. I'm excited that we got him from the Hokies, and although he's been a little slowed by some injury stuff, he's shown a lot of different skill set that I think would add value to both ends of the floor for us. And then J.J. Harper, the Division II kid from West Lib, he's had a great summer and a really good fall. So Naz, I think we've got a chance to have a little bit more depth than we had last year, but I think our season obviously will be, the success will be predicated on the aforementioned big three. And none better than the guy to my left. Like Colin Porter is just a dream to coach, man. He not only on the floor, but when you talk about what you want a young man how you want him to represent your program, like this kid's unbelievable. He loves Liberty. He loves being a part of us, and I don't know if he's probably been on the Mount Rushmore of Liberty basketball players. I don't know of a better guy that I'd want to run our team.
Wow, some high praise there, Colin. Sure. I mean, that's pretty impressive. You talk about the big three, though, you, Matheny, Cleveland. I think it's 102 Conference USA starts now in your career. Where does that experience show up now in your senior year? Where does that help you guys as you go into this season?
I mean, we're only 12 or so practices into the new season, but I think it shows up more in practice and off the court. Being able to lead the young guys, so to say, and just pull them along with us. That's the reason that we came back. We love doing life with one another, but at the same time, we love to see others just succeed and be a part of the run that we had last year was special, and we didn't want to go anywhere else.
Yeah, Colin, on that note, you guys make an incredible run to the conference championship, NCAA berth. Tell us a little bit about that experience, what you gained from it, and what you bring into this season, having learned from that.
Yeah, I think as a whole, we just gained a new perspective of how hard it is to win and how much joy you get in doing it with the people that you love. I mean, I think that it allowed a chip on our shoulder to be placed and be able to go at each other each day. And, we have a real special group. And like you said, we have more people than just the, so to speak, big three or maybe little three. We're kind of short out there, but we got plenty of other guys that make it fun to compete with one another in practice.
Last thing, Coach, preseason pick to win the league. I know you love that. You put a lot of stock in the preseason polls, as most coaches do. But target on your back. This time last year, it was like, all right, Liberty struggled their first year in Conference USA by their standards. What are they going to be able to make a jump? Now, no secret, you're not sneaking up on anybody. How do you approach that knowing you're the league favorite?
Yeah, man, I've got a healthy respect for all the coaches in this league. It's a fabulously coached league. So you're right, we don't pay much attention to it. And I think Bill Smith told me the last time there's been back-to-back tournament champions was the 16-17 season, and regular season champions 17-18. So this has been a league that is really competitive top to bottom. We understand that, and we don't have any sense of entitlement whatsoever. Every year is a new year with a new team, new chemistry, and new opponents. So we're just going to keep our barometer of success is in the journey, and we're going to keep trying to get better every day.
Well, guys, we appreciate the time. Best of luck this season.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Well, Naz, you take a look at this group. You mentioned the big three and what they can be. How important is that? That continuity. It's almost something that's you don't see it around college basketball much these days.
Yeah, and so that's why it's so important. And aside from all the stats that those guys bring back, between the three of them and at different positions, it's the continuity. It's the fact that they know each other and they know the system.
Yeah.
And so that's on every front, on all many aspects, having that core group back that want to be back and chose to stay, that's good. It kind of puts them in the driver's seat. So I know, like you said, Coach doesn't like that being picked first, but that's inevitable. I mean, again, from what they have coming back.
And because of that, nothing's changing with this Richie McKay system, right?
So,
there hasn't been a lot of change over the years. You just keep doing what works for them.
Yeah, so you know the phrase, Matt, life is like a box of chocolates, right? You never know what Liberty's not like a box of chocolates. You always know what you're going to get, and that's going to be that tough half-court defense. You're going to get Coach's latest iteration of the pack line. Offensively, you're going to get an offense that moves the ball, a lot of player movement, a lot of sharing the ball, and then different guys scoring on different nights. So While you know the conference kind of knows what to expect, it's really hard to prepare for. They do it at such a high level. And again, when you got guys like that coming back that know what to do and know each other, they could really be dangerous.
Yeah, rarity in this league, bringing back that much production. All right, we're going to step aside. When we come back, we head down to Ruston, Louisiana. We catch up with the preseason favorites on the women's side, the Lady Texters. That's when this CUSA Tip-Off Show continues.